So you mentioned that you have done a thematic analysis based on the results, but we couldn't see in your presentation. Would you like to share some of the codes that you thought was something new and important that you found in your research? Thank you.
Sorry for that. Because of the time constraints, I could not include everything there, but the statement, the final analysis from the thematic analysis I actually mentioned there. Some of the codes were that, we recognize what really shaping up our behavior, right? What really shaping up behavior. We never thought media can influence to such an extent. And we never thought that, men are, both men and women are equal, especially in decision making. Now we realize that how we should, deal with our fellow female partners. So those are some of the things that.
This is a very unique finding. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
And I have one more question, if I can. This is for Dr. Amila Chandrasri. So you said the immediate output was from the students based on the SRH, edutainment was wise. It's about ambition, like they want to become a doctor or lecturer. Why is not based on SRH? That's my question.
Yes, good question. And actually the Rhythm to Life was we discussed about range of topics, as I mentioned before. And though the SRH is the key theme, the entire range of life skills. And for the evaluation, we only included this relevance and acceptance part. To identify the outcomes related to SRH, that we need further studies. We need further evaluation. At the moment that we are planning them, we are going to do a kind of approach them after 3 to 6 months period and do some qualitative analysis by interviewing the counseling teachers. And we are going to review the questions and the issues forwarded to the counseling teacher after this program.
Okay, and I hope that you collect some quality data from the children,
yes,
how they felt about SRH. I think that would give us more input on what the students need and what they actually grasp from the program. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to bring up the conversation we had at the plenary session as well. So it is all about school children and then Hate Potha and how sexual and reproductive health is being comprehensive sexual education is being imparted, and also the responsibility of the teacher imparting the knowledge. So I'm just it's not a question, but I'm just I would like the audience to think about how we can integrate what we just discussed, Dr. Amila, and also the other presentation, whether we can put everything together in order to, because textbooks are, I feel, I'm a history lecturer at the Colombo University, and we are trying a lot to kind of revise the history textbook, school textbook, but it is a uphill task, I must say, and it has been, we have tried this over a long period of time just to get get people to think out of Sinhala Buddhist history, but think of other histories that the country that we have. So, however, I think it is time for us to get out of the textbook thing and try and see whether we can take other forms of, because this generation is not, they don't have that kind of reading ability, or the concentration span is very limited. So in that way, I think edutainment would be a lovely way of intervention, but why don't we mainstream it? That is my suggestion. Yeah.
SRH is not their focus. Reproduction lesson for science is for exam. Health is merely for exam. SRH focus is not there. Like the Dr. Amila's presentation, students, they commented like, this was the best program I ever had. Might be. You have teachers who are rather like 45 years plus age coming to teach for O-level, A-level classes. The lesson on SRH or life health programs, the main focus on EPA. No. In morning sessions, they were focusing on telling that religion and culture is a bias. I would say rather religion and culture is not a bias. None of the religion says, all the religion will say කාමයේ හැසිරී වර්ධවා හැසිරීම වරදක් නිසා කාමයේ හැසිරීම වරදක් කියලා I don't see. කාමේසු මිත්‍යාචාර වේරමණී. කාමේසු චාරා වේරමණී කියන්නේ මිත්‍යාචාර වැරදි හැසිරීම. Bad practice is wrong. So what we calculate on students is sex is wrong. We say students sex is wrong. That's why I was totally disagree with the morning presentation where they tell you have to be 16 plus to practice. Yes, I agree to practice, but it's not, age limit is not there for educate. From small days you can educate. The first time I saw those books, I don't know whether it's there in the Royal College. First time I saw those books, they tell it's online, they tell it's to purchase to parents. But we are focusing international conferencing the SRH development. They tell they have books. Education is made only in Maharagam. Education is made in Maharagam, but it's barren. They don't give birth to reforms. So I would rather say these things are good, ideas are good, but rather focusing how to make the rhythm of life, focusing techniques to teachers to conduct it. Rather than they will make a group, yes, but financially it will not happen. It will happen 1 or 2 years. But long-term conduct should be there. Until this principle is there, you can have. How about the new principle comes? This director will allow. How about the new director comes? This minister allows. How about the new government comes? No. SRH should be a non-biased, independent program to be conducted in all other four schools. Basically, from year 1 to 11. In normal schools, we see most outside 1 to 11 is very common. So give importance of reproductive.
Fully agree with you. I think there should be, to me, we know what happened to this Hate Potha business, and it went to parliament, and who opposed it, and I mean they opposed because of they have some vested, some conflict of interest with that. Those are the institutions where the abuse is rampant. So anyway, I think there should be a good leadership, political leadership at the highest level, because it's a political decision as well. So usually, if a government take a decision, then the opposition will start attacking. And so I think, I hope at least the new government will take it seriously with a group of real professional advisors, and they let it happen rather than wait till the end of their term and trying to introduce something new, and then they will, isn't it? So let's hope for the best, and this is a very good opportunity to start this conversation. Any other comments, please? We have about 5 more minutes.
We have a very good, very well established school health program in Sri Lanka. So it is expected that the education and health ministries work together. But the problem is, like many people mentioned, there is no real collaboration. The education department wants to educate. The health, we have other intentions. Very recently, a zonal education director, he accused that the health is invading the school system. in a HIV prevention program, when the Northwestern Province governor is there, a zonal education director did that comment. So he said that with various topics we are trying to invade the schools, and they will not have time to teach. So he was mentioning about the various health programs. So like there were recommendations that more programs should be done in the schools to cover up the losses done by the COVID. But how can we do those things with that type of attitudes?
Yeah, I also fully agree. Actually, it has to be internalized into the education system. What happens is, usually a MOH or a doctor goes to the school and is doing these lectures, which cannot be, a few doctors cannot cover the entire educational system. So it has to be internalized. So doctors can get involved at the initial stage of, developing curriculum or whatever. But after that, it should be internalized and it should run.
Thing that we are trying to start is to develop a joint team between the education and health officials in the southern province, and already we had 2 meetings to agree upon a common plan for the programs doing in schools, because we realized that many parties are coming and doing programs in schools. Health, police, recently the prison department is doing a program, these doing programs. So we got all people to one forum, and then we are discussing to have a common agenda, common timetable throughout the year to cover all the grades and to cover as much as topics. So both parties initially agreed to the concept, but it is very difficult. So at the moment we are trying to give some example from the southern province.
We had a very informative session. It ranged from the that predictors, patterns of the contraception, consent manage, and the interventions on SRH, and also barriers in the education system. I think this added for the gap in the information, and the comments also should be forwarded to the relevant ministries, and appreciate the comments as well. All the presenters did a very marvelous job, and my co-chair also. So thank you all and the audience for active engagement. So we will conclude the session. Thank you for the presenters, co-chair, audience, and all.
Thank you very much, Doctor. So we would like to conclude the session by, first of all, thanking the 2 chairs of this session, Dr. Ariyaratne and Dr. Chirantika, for the marvelous job that you did today, and also to all the 6 presenters of this session, the 6 researchers that were shared with you. I think they would add a lot to the sector of SRHR. So now we would head on to the awarding of the certificates. I invite Dr. Chirantika and Dr. Ariyaratne up to the stage to hand over the certificates. So to the 2 presenters who were presented online would receive their certificates as e-certificates. Meanwhile, I would like to first invite Dr. Manas Pradhan. Dr. Manoj Fernando. Dr. Radhakrishnan. And Dr. Amila Chandrasiri.